Hi, PerspectiveWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, April 27th. Quite a chilly pattern continues across much of the eastern half of the nation. It looks like it'll continue quite chilly, quite a bit below normal for much of the eastern half of the nation, going right into May, maybe even to the middle part of the month of May. In fact, April itself on a nationwide basis has been quite chilly. I've heard that it's around the 10th chilliest April nationwide in the last 40 years, and of course we only have a few more days to go. And again, a chilly pattern looks like it'll continue at least in the eastern part of the nation for another couple of weeks. This contributes to an active overall weather pattern, and there can be a soaking rain event in much of the eastern U.S. late Wednesday night into Thursday time frame, and we'll talk about that possibility over the next few minutes. Let's begin with the 850 millibar temperature anomalies averaged out over 5-day periods from last night's zero-Z ensemble run of the GFS. This begins with the current 5-day period and will end going well into the month of May, and see a continuation of this chilly weather pattern in the eastern U.S. Here we are, the current 5-day period that runs from today, April 27th, to May 2nd. You see well below normal temperatures on average for this 5-day period, at least at 850 millibars. Now the western U.S. is enjoying above normal conditions. You heard about record high temperatures out in parts of the southwestern U.S. Indeed, while the eastern U.S. has been chilly, the western U.S. has been warmer than normal. Now let's just keep moving forward here. Kind of slackens off a little bit. We actually get to close to normal, maybe a little bit below normal in parts of the eastern U.S. in days 3 to 7. This runs the end of the week here, April 29th to May 4th. But that is not the beginning of the end for this chilly weather pattern. We keep moving forward, and we'll see this reestablishment, even an intensification of colder than normal air throughout much of the eastern half of the nation. Here we are now, days 10 to 14 in the month of May. Now this is running from the period of May 6th to May 11th. We can go a couple days farther out, and look at this. This is as far out as this particular model goes, the ensemble run of the GFS. Days 12 to 16 all the way into the middle, almost the middle of May, from May 8th to May 13th, still for that average 5-day period below normal temperatures throughout much of the eastern U.S. So really not a lot of change here, at least for the next couple of weeks. While the western U.S. stays above normal, much of the eastern U.S. stays below normal, and that kind of clash in air masses will continue an active weather pattern. Again, a soaking rain event possible in the eastern U.S. this week from late Wednesday night time frame into the day on Thursday. Well, let's take a look at the total precipitation amounts as depicted by NOAA forecasters for the next 5 days. This runs from this morning, Monday morning, all the way to Saturday morning. And look at this here in the Mid-Atlantic region, the northeast U.S. Quite a hefty precipitation amount, again, primarily associated with a Wednesday night, Thursday system. Basically, continuation for the eastern half of the nation to be wetter than normal. We kind of talked about this in the tropical outlook, that we've had a pretty wet weather pattern throughout the eastern U.S. for the last several months, and it looks like it continues. That kind of reduces the chance for any kind of an excessive hot summer in the Mid-Atlantic region, or long-standing drought conditions. Doesn't look too likely. Meanwhile, look at this out in the southwestern U.S. No precipitation over the next 5 days. Above normal temperatures, strong, full amounts of sunshine will lead to a continuation of very warm weather in that part of the nation. Well, let's talk about today and then the next few days, including the possibility of a soaking rain event for parts of the eastern U.S. Wednesday night, Thursday. We still have influence from a slowly departing storm system here in the northeast U.S. Some shower activities all the way down to the D.C. metro region. Maybe a shower or two in Philly over the next few hours. And cold enough still for snow all the way up to Maine. Northern New England still getting some snowfall. Right now it's snowing in parts of Maine, upstate New York, and again, this is almost into the month of May. Certainly not unprecedented, but quite unusual to see accumulating snow this late into the spring season. Mostly cloudy skies today, in the Mid-Atlantic region with occasional showers possible. But there will be certainly periods of rain-free conditions as well. But still, chilly, below normal temperatures for this time of year. Well, let's talk about the possibility of a soaking rain event late Wednesday night into the day on Thursday for the eastern U.S. Here we are this morning, departing low pressure now, continuing to cause some precipitation throughout New England especially, even in the form of accumulating snow places like Maine and upstate New York, the higher elevation regions in interior New England. Maybe another couple of showers or so in the D.C. metro region, the Philly metro region, and again, colder than normal conditions. Let's move forward here. We had that northerly flow of air. It'll become quite breezy, by the way, over the next few hours in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. A weak system could throw a shower or two into the Mid-Atlantic region tomorrow, into tomorrow night. Only a weak system, only a couple of showers. But then we see what starts to set up here out over the Ohio Valley by early Wednesday. And notice this flow of air. Winds generally flow along the isobar pattern, parallel to the isobar pattern. These black lines represent lines of equal pressure. Ahead of the low, generally a southerly flow of increasingly mild and humid air in the eastern U.S. come Wednesday afternoon. Behind the low in the cold sector, a northwesterly or northerly flow of cold air, and this is pumping up a lot of moisture by Wednesday afternoon. Let's move farther out in time. Look at this. Really all along the eastern seaboard, strong south to north flow of air allows for the possibility of a soaking rain event here because we have a slow moving front. A lot of moisture will ride up all along the eastern seaboard by the time Wednesday night into Thursday. And GFS now depicting some heavy rainfall late Wednesday night, sliding across the Ohio Valley into the Mid-Atlantic region, certainly aided by this long fetch of air out of the warm and humid southwestern part of the Atlantic up along the eastern seaboard and into the day on Thursday morning now. A frontal system sliding towards the east coast. Again, it could be a soaking rain event later Wednesday night into the day on Thursday. And once it reaches the east coast, it'll be kind of slow to get on out of here. This could linger throughout much of the day on Thursday in places like Philadelphia, New York City, maybe even down a little farther south and east across the Delmarva Peninsula. Again, that front will tend to slow down as it reaches the coast, also increasing the chance for a soaking rain event up across much of the northeastern U.S. And here we go now, even as late as Thursday night, GFS depicting some heavy rainfall, eastern Pennsylvania, north and east. Again, it'll tend to be a lingering type of system during the day on Thursday. Now the good news is Friday still could be quite unsettled here in the Mid-Atlantic region and northeast U.S., but there's a possibility for a change to have a decent weekend here in the Mid-Atlantic region, northeast U.S. Saturday looks quite good, may hold on. This high pressure system may hold on through the weekend. This is the Saturday morning forecast map. So again, we have the chance for a soaking rain event in the Mid-Atlantic region, in the northeast U.S., Wednesday night and Thursday, but it all could lead to a pretty decent weekend for a change, something we really haven't had for a while, at least not with mild conditions, and it could be quite mild as well this upcoming week. But overall, the cooler than normal weather pattern looks like it'll continue for much of the eastern U.S. right into the middle part of the month of May. That's it for now. For PerspectiveWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.